Okay, in this video, we're going to look at writing an inequality for a real-world situation. So I have two examples, and in Alex, each problem you do will have two parts, kind of like each example here has two parts. It says write the inequalities that represent the situations below. In this first one, it says the cruising speed of the bullet train will be no less than 130 miles per hour. And it says use S to represent the train's cruising speed in miles per hour. So the cruising speed, we're going to use the letter S to represent, and it can't be less than 130 miles an hour. So we have to make sure that the cruising speed of the bullet train is not going to be less than 130. So you have to use an inequality. We have to guarantee that it's going to be bigger than 130. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, if it can't be less than 130, is it okay to be equal to 130? The answer is yes. The only criteria is it can't be less than 130. So if it was 130, fine, 131, 132, anything faster than 130 or equal to 130 is okay. So we have to make the speed greater than or equal to 130. Okay, if it was going 129, that's less than 130, that would not be okay. So we have to make sure that the inequality is showing that the speed is greater than the 130 or equal to. For the second one, it says the vehicle's fuel efficiency is at least 35 miles per gallon. Use F to represent the fuel efficiency in miles per gallon. So the fuel efficiency F is at least 35 miles per gallon. So the fuel efficiency F is at least 35. That means at least means the smallest it could be is 35. So compared to 35, the fuel efficiency can't go any lower than that. Again, it's going to have to be greater than 35. But if it's at least 35, that means it could also be equal to 35. It doesn't say it has to be greater than 35. At least 35 means it could be 35, but it could also be better than 35, right? It could be 36 or 37. So in both of these examples, we have to put the little inequality bar on there to show that it could be equal to that amount. Let's look at example 2. It says to ride a roller coaster, a visitor must not be less than 54 inches tall. Use H to be the height of a visitor on the ride. So to ride a roller coaster, the visitor must not be less than 54. So when we compare the height, sometimes you might want to do this. Let's compare the height to 54, right? Now here, the height of the person can't be less than 54. So that means the lowest you can be is 54, or you could be taller and you can go on the ride. So this height could be bigger than 54, but it could also be equal to it. So long as it's not less than 54, you're okay to go on the ride. This last example, to get the 10% discount, a shopper must spend more than $200. Use D to represent the spending in dollars of a shopper who gets the discount. So we have to compare the amount of spending D to the $200. Now to get the discount, you have to spend more than 100. So here, the amount you spend has to be more than, greater than the 200. Cannot be equal to. If you only spend $200 exactly, you're not getting the discount. You have to be more than 200. So here, you would not want to include the bar. I hope this helps. Good luck.